We're -1, but we gained one, right? So welcome back to our Tuesday edition, Still Dope. And we have the fabulous Tracey with us this week. I know you guys have seen her before. Tanya, our hanging buddy.
And our fashionista. She
Oh,
keeps us she keeps us in the know of all the shiznels that's going down in the fashion industry and the word on the street. So welcome, Miss Tracey.
Hi, still dopers.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm well for this frigid Tuesday.
Is it cold outside? I haven't been
It's a
outside all
little
day.
wet. It's a little cold, a little chilly.
Yeah,
I had I had to go run an errand this morning, and I had the ridiculous notion to put on a little old sweatshirt. And I walked outside and I was like, no, ma'am, go back in the house and get your damn coat. Stop acting like it's May, because it ain't.
I have
No, it
been
was nippy.
stuck
It was
at this
nippy.
desk all day since 7 a.m. And I'm like just about to cut free. After this, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
You better go pour yourself a glass of wine and make some dinner and call it a night.
I might have a cookie maybe. You know, I'm not having no wine.
It's Taco Tuesday, guys.
Just don't go get no Big Mac, all right?
Well, that Big Mac I had the other day was damn good.
No.
All right, ladies. So let's kind of jump into it. So today we're kind of piggybacking off of last week's episode of Married at First Sight when Dom decided that she was going to cut her divorce. And so Tanya and I and Tracey, we got to talking, like, what is it that women want? And then we started really riffing on what are some of our unconventional men that we're attracted to. Really wanted Chris to be here because I know he's got a couple of unconventional women that he's attracted to. So we wanted to discuss that. But before we go into that, we got to talk about the Chris Rock special on Saturday because that is blowing up the internet. I, for one, did not see it. It was on my calendar. I know Tanya's like, wait, what? I was going to watch it. And then as I started to yesterday, I'm like, I don't want to see Black people beefing anymore. And I know that's probably not what it was about. I don't really know what he talked about. I knew probably Jada and Will would come up into it. But I just didn't have the heart for it this time. I just I'm going to pass until all of this kind of dies down because it's not even so much them beefing. It's this team beefing against Will, this team beefing against Chris, and everybody beefing against Jada. I want it to stop, but I do want you guys' opinion. So you all kind of go let me know what I missed. If I should just go ahead and just watch it, what?
Tracey, go ahead. Listen, Tracey, you watched it live. I didn't watch it live.
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday, so I didn't get the whole after live show. But I'm curious. I'm going to be very careful. So I want to see what Tracey's thoughts. So I'm gonna let you have this. Go on, sis.
So I have to paint the picture. I first of all set a timer on my Netflix on my television. I set a reminder in my phone.
Oh, you were serious.
And I watched the pre-show, the live recording, and the after show. I was not playing around. I needed to know what was all being said because I've been a Chris Rock fan from like the early days, like the I'm gonna get you sucker days, like pour it in my hand for a dime days. You understand? So I believe like this man is so talented, so amazing. I couldn't reduce his entire career to the slap. And I think what a lot of people are forgetting is that leading up to that moment, both of these men have these really beautiful histories for all of us. I mean, Chris Rock did his whole hair documentary. He did, all these amazing things in Hollywood as far as his acting career. Has he said some real crazy, reckless things? Yes, that's what he built his whole comedy career on. Will Smith came from being a rapper who was not taken very seriously, not really respected in his industry, to being this really amazing kind of iconic actor. So when these two black men came to a head at the Oscars last year, I was shocked. I hadn't seen it happen live. I was DVRing it, and then I was on, I think, Instagram. Things started blowing up on Instagram, like, oh my God, was that real? Was that real? And I was like, what happened? So I immediately jumped to my DVR, rewinded it, like maybe 2-3 minutes after it happened, and saw it happen on my DVR. I was like, whoa, this is not fake. This is real. In the moment, I so many emotions ran through me. So fast forward to me watching this last week. I was proud of the fact that so many people came out to support Chris Rock. Very proud of the fact that he did an amazing set up until the point where he brought up Will and Jada, which I felt was a low point of the entire thing. I feel like that's where he lost any any integrity that he had gained for the
Really?
entire. Yes, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do it. He called Jada a bitch, which I think was very unnecessary. Jada did not slap you. You did not have to refer to this woman as a bitch. You did not have to drag her for sleeping with her son's friend, which is tacky, very, frowned upon in American society, but not her battle. Whatever beef you guys have behind the scenes, she's not the one that assaulted you. So, and then he ended up flubbing the joke about Will Smith, the big joke that was like the one that was supposed to be like the nail in the coffin about the movie Emancipation. He friggin' face planted the damn joke.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he just looked like a kind of like a tired old man wearing like a teenager's outfit. It just took away from the entire moment, which up to that point could have been a really amazing like reclamation for him. That was my take.
Okay, that's interesting. Go ahead, Tanya.
I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
I wasn't feeling his, like you, Tracey. I have been a fan of Chris Rock
He's
since
hilarious.
way back in the day. I mean, I'm talking jacked up teeth, Chris Rock, talking like you said, and I'm gonna get you sucker. How much for one rib?
One rib.
One rib. And I've been a fan of his ever since. I would like to beg to differ because the whole time I was watching the show on Netflix, I was like, I'm looking at the clock, I'm looking at the timer, and I'm like,
You were
girl,
waiting.
like we got 60 minutes here. This show is only 60
You
minutes.
were waiting.
I'm like, when we gonna get to Will and Jada? I'm like, you had me waiting a whole year. Let's get to this. And then when he got to it, I just wanted more. He didn't give me, like, I'm like, that's it. When it ended,
Will and Jada
I was like,
make their own jokes about themselves. Like they do their own comedy about themselves without knowing it.
you're right. But here's the thing, like everything Chris Rock said, and I know Chris Rock is getting some flack on, calling Jada a bitch and talking about her entanglements and all of that. But at the end of the day, Will and Jada talk about it.
Yeah, they do.
They bring all their mess to the red table talk. So let's not judge Chris for spilling the tea that's already been spilled.
I'm not judging him for it. I just feel like the content about his daughter to me was hilarious. Like that was top notch.
I loved it.
Loved that content about his daughter. Now, I'll tell you the joke that I felt he dragged out too long was the one about women his age. I didn't really like that content too much.
But you know what? I was a little triggered by it, but you know what?
A little bit.
I I get it.
What did he say? I didn't. What was the content of the joke? Women his age? Because obviously it was putting them down.
He said he prefers dating younger women because he could buy them a pair of shoes as
And they'll
opposed
be
to
okay.
women his age, which I consider to be our age, who want you to repair their roof or fix their car for them.
But here's the thing, it's jokes. I didn't take it, I wasn't offended by it. I literally, when he talked about it and he's like, you know, these young girls, they're like, hey, daddy, okay, daddy, okay, I need a pair of shoes, daddy. And I was dying laughing. And then he was like, dating women my age, they're like, can you fix my roof? Because I'm like, I took that personal, not in a bad way, because I'm like, motherfucker, that's the shit I
bring a lot more to the table.
But so think about,
I own a home, and you know what? If you want to be with me, I will wear Payless shoes all day, every day. But bro, if you can help, if you really want to help me out, yeah, fix my roof, fix my HVAC system outside, my you know, my friggin' air conditioning, my heating system, renovate my kitchen. I'm okay with that.
so I'm an avid Still Dope podcast listener, and I remember you guys were talking about the travel bros, vacation bros, whatever the hell.
Passport bros.
So for
Passport
me,
bros.
I'm like, these are the type of fools that will be listening, that type of ilk will be listening to him like, yeah, you right. That's why I'm going to Santo Domingo, because these American women, all they want to do is spend up your money. Like it was giving me like the wrong people are going to hear this. And I guess they were going to feel like that anyway. But like the wrong people are going to hear this and be like, yeah, let me date somebody 15 years my junior because they're cheap. You
But
know,
from
like
the joke, from what you said,
I
you're
just didn't
spending
love
money
it.
regardless.
It just sounded like, I don't know. I felt like a little seed of it devalued older women. I was like,
It sounds like it devalued younger women too. Like
it really wasn't kind to Black women, period. They were jokes, but I was like, you're so talented, you could have told some other jokes. And it went on too long, in my opinion. But he was like, I don't stay buff to listen to Anita Baker. I'm trying to date Doja Cat. I'm like, Doja Cat don't want you, sir.
But he said that before. So from one of his other sets, one of his other shows, like that's classic Chris Rock when he said, I just want to date Doja Cat, because he brought that up before in one of his stand-up comedies on Netflix where he was talking about dating older women as opposed to young women. And he was all about, because I just want to, he's like, I felt, and he made himself the butt of the joke when he was like, I'm looking at Rihanna, like he saw, he like was in the same room.
That's what he needed. That's the balance that the joke needed, and it did not have. He did not make enough fun of himself and men his age to give that joke the balance that it probably needed.
He didn't have to do that, because
I needed it.
No, I didn't need it, because I'm like, I remember when he said he made fun of himself as the old man in the room, trying to still be in this he's in this Hollywood scene. And now he's looking at people like Rihanna and Beyonce and whoever. And he's like, like thinking he's going to get him. He's like, and they're looking at me like, I'm the old dusty uncle. And I'm like,
because you are.
Yeah, you are.
I
didn't see it, so I'm not going to really make a comment on that, because it does sound like he kind of went, he really kind of talked about the younger and the older.
But you're right, Shahida. He did kind of dog out younger women, because he made it sound like they could just literally, he's like, they put the shoes on and then they just walk around like, how do you shoes look, daddy? And it was a joke. It was a joke. Don't get me wrong. And it is not to be taken literally. It really isn't to be taken literally. But it was just kind of like, oh, come on, Chris. I feel like he could have done better.
I just think it was Chris's moment. Chris is smart for doing. He didn't say shit for the whole year.
He said a couple of things.
Waited, and
not much. He didn't say much.
He said a little bit, but he didn't say a whole lot. He never acknowledged Will and Jada, period. He came out. I find it, I shouldn't say genius, because that's not genius. I would say it's perfect timing, and it's smart on his part from an entertainer standpoint, where everybody's talking about Chris, and the Oscars are on Sunday. And everybody, you don't think that
He's
somebody
not hosting, right? Who's hosting?
No, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel hosting. But you don't, please don't.
No, the timing was great. But because of the way they framed it, like it was such a big thing. And then they have like all these other comics and actors come out and talk about his career. Arsenio, who I didn't even realize Arsenio had given him his first TV appearance. I don't remember
that. Mm-hmm.
And then Arsenio was on the show, they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, it was so.
Oh, I'm pissed that Netflix didn't leave it on Netflix so that we can watch it. So let me ask you. I'm sorry to
can't watch it.
It wasn't showing up. It wasn't showing up. But Tracey, let me ask you this, because I want to know if this was addressed. He wore the Prince sign necklace on his neck.
Yeah.
In the intro, he was like getting himself together and he put the necklace on. Was that addressed either in the beginning or the after party as why he was wearing that?
I don't think so. There's some connection that I heard like after the fact, like people were just talking randomly about it. There's some connection with him and Prince, but I don't think it was addressed in the before after party, and he didn't talk about it in his set that I can recall about Prince.
One more thing I want to bring up on the Chris Rock special, because I know we're like airing a bunch of stuff, and for those of y'all that haven't watched it, well, sorry, not sorry, y'all had time.
I know, spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah, spoiler alert, but not spoiler alert, because y'all had time. I watched it yesterday. He was dead ass on point, and I stand for Meghan Markle, but he was dead ass on point when he talked about Meghan Markle.
He definitely was. Yeah. And I don't think
I read it, but maybe I don't have the right context. I'm gonna have to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
When I read it, I was not feeling it.
You gotta watch it.
And see, that was my thing. Probably another reason why.
When he was talking about that Black people also want to know what color the baby's gonna be.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, that is true.
So he wasn't. I think the way he said it made it sound a little more crazy. What he was really trying to say, and actually, so this is why context in the after party, Arsenio was like. He was like, that was a teaching moment. Because, so here's the thing you have to understand about the after party. It was Arsenio Hall, what's her name? Molly from Insecure, Yvonne
Orgy,
David Spade, Dana Carvey. So these two cis white men, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and JB Smoove. So Arsenio was black-splaining to the two white guys. He said, you know, in the Black community, when a baby's born, we look at their ears because we know that the top of the ears is what complexion the baby's going to be. It's not like that's just a thing. Like, he's like everybody's grandmother, like literally that's a thing we do. And he said that's something that's cultural. He didn't say it in the context of like, oh, we're looking for, you know, it wasn't a colorism thing per se. He was trying to say, he's just saying that's to explain to you what he was talking about. And these two white men were in desperate fear. David Spade was like, I ain't saying jack.
Don't David.
Dana Carvey did an Obama impression, and he should not have gone there. It was kind of bad. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being like this really proud Muslim and like such an esteemed Black man, he wasn't there for a lot of the chicanery that JB Smoove was doing. So it was such an awkward after show. But Arsenio was like just explaining. But that's what Chris Rock was trying to say. Like we want to know too. Like, and of course we were just like, dang, what this baby gonna look like when Harry and Meghan's baby was born. Then when they had the other one, we were like, okay, now we thought of what this one looked like. Now is this one gonna look like the grandma? Like what because we know as Black people,
all wanted some tan babies.
And we were like, is it gonna be dark skin with like red hair? Like what's gonna pop out? We don't know.
But there's the difference. But the different, like he tried to make, like he stated
he was making the parallel. He was making that comparison.
That not a one black person could argue that, because he knows.
Well, why would people
all know we
Because
thinking the same damn thing.
than what I read. Why were people upset? I get that. What you're
People
saying.
were upset because he was basically calling, in so many words, he was basically calling Meghan Markle dumb. Like, you didn't know, like, or ignorant. I shouldn't say dumb.
You say
naive or ignorant in the fact that you don't, like, she went on Oprah talking about the racism and the whole thing with the colorism, and he's like,
they created race, like, not created racism. He was like, they're the kings of it, literally.
They're the kings and queens of colonialism. They have friggin' infiltrated and stolen lands and jewels and everything from all these countries. And you gonna tell me now you're surprised because you married into it, and now you're surprised that these people are racist? And I was like, you're right. You're right, Chris.
I wasn't mad at that joke.
I might be a little naive on this side too, because when Charles took that moment to walk her down the aisle, I'm like, oh, there was that whole moment where I thought, oh, they're going to step up and be decent people.
I never thought that.
I felt like he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I was incredibly naive on that because he didn't have to do that, and I thought that was a wonderful gesture, considering her father was a total piece of shit and treated her so badly right before that wedding, and then him saying, "Let me do it," because he could have just not did anything. So I was hoping that they would do the right thing. I didn't expect a whole lot.
So it's twofold. She's black and she's American. Like, baby girl didn't have a chance.
Yeah,
none. Yeah. And I think that Charles, the only reason when I saw that, don't get me wrong, when I saw Charles step in and walk her down the aisle, yeah, I got a little flustered, like, oh, that's nice. But I'm saying to myself, these motherfuckers don't do shit.
I don't think he's
without nothing. He was doing it to save face, because he knows that eventually mommy's gonna be dead soon, and now he's trying to save face and get some, oh, we love Charles and what have you.
No, we don't.
I wasn't
following the okey doke.
I don't think he's the one that was giving her a hard time. So, and they never confirmed it, but I think they said the one that was actually giving her a hard time was his sister, Anne, like Harry's aunt, Anne, was the one that was giving her a really hard time. And then Kate just wasn't being helpful, which, whatever. That could just be
from Kate.
In-law rivalry stuff. She don't even like her own husband. So what's she gonna like you for? But I think Meghan got in over her head. Listen, people who don't have two nickels to rub together and no family notoriety can't get along with their in-laws. So that could be, that's racial, it could be cultural, it could be whatever. It's two different cultures. She's not British. She's American. She's worldly. She's divorced. I mean, she is like Camilla on steroids.
Oh,
that's like
Meghan. Oh no! Don't you ever take that back. That back. She is not Camilla. No.
Well, listen, when I say Camilla, listen, it's because
Diana on steroids.
I'm just saying Camilla's divorced. That's all I'm saying. So
Camilla is a fucking side chick. No, we can't compare Meghan to Camilla.
Y'all get it right. Diana was the side chick. Y'all can say what you want. Camilla was there before her.
You know what? You're right on that one. But at the end of the day, the reality of this is he married Diana, and she was the wife.
Because he couldn't marry a woman that was already married. But that was his girl.
Maybe if he stood up then, he would have had what he wanted instead of fucking up everybody's life. But all right, we have digressed. Let's jump off of this. So both of you all are giving the show a 2 thumbs up then, right?
I say you got to watch it.
I'm giving it 2 thumbs up and a twist around the world. Hey, yes, I love me some Chris. And I got a little twitch when he said he was single, because I thought he was dating again. I'm like, oh, Chris is single again. take my black ass
that's
to New York City.
That's a good segue for the.
Because we're
What
going
we
into
talking
like
about?
our unconventional crushes and who we like, and so you can actually start, Tanya.
Oh no, I don't want to start with Chris Rock. I've always had a crush on Chris Rock because
Really?
I like funny. I like to laugh. So
Yeah.
for me, Chris Rock and any type of comedian that is going to make me laugh, I'm good with that. But I've always steered away. Like I've always been attracted to like funny guys, but dealing with a comedian such as a Chris Rock, I don't know if I could date them per se because I saw an interview a long time ago with Jim Carrey. And he was like, it's hard for me to have relationships and maintain marriages and relationships because the people that I get with, they always want me to be on my game, like making them laugh. He's like, I feel like I can't be serious, or if I'm feeling sad, or if I'm feeling like I need some alone time, they're looking at me like, make me laugh, motherfucker. And I'm like, you know what? That is true. So as much as I like to laugh, I don't know if I could date someone like Chris Rock or like a Marlon Wayans or Arsenio Hall or whoever, because I'd be looking at them like, motherfucker, make me laugh. Say a joke. Tell me
someone like Chris Rock and like Dave Chappelle, they're extremely funny, but they're very smart men. You can have a very serious conversation because they know society issues, they know political issues, they know Black issues. I find them to be very well-rounded as men. So I could see you dating somebody like that. But anyway, so let's say what unconventional means to us as we get into like, who our list is, because my list wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I got some doozies for you.
So when I think of unconventional, like people who you wouldn't normally, or just judging from my personality, you wouldn't think that I would be attracted to. So they're a little like offbeat, maybe, different race. But some, which I found crazy, was I don't think that they're unconventional for me. I think that, they're gettable.
So maybe by unconventional, like maybe people might be shocked. Like for you, it might make sense, but other people might be like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming."
Yeah.
Oh, I already know my zingers. I got zingers.
All right. So who wants to start? The guest?
Should we go by like
come on, Tracey?
Should we go by like a theme? Like, so we already started with comedy. Do you have a comedy one, Shahida?
You know what? Yeah, let's start with a
comedy one. It would be Bill Burr.
Oh,
I ain't mad at you on that one because Bill Burr stands for the Black woman.
Well, that's up my alley, Shahida.
Because the red hair, and which is not like, he's not cute to me. He's like ugly cute, but I don't call him ugly. But he's just like it's the bald head. I don't think there's a time in his career where I was like, damn, he's fine. But when he starts talking, it's like, okay, well, hi.
Right. Like a little shoulder. Just a little shoulder. I could see it. I would date him.
Who you got?
If I was single. For comedian. So I had one that I kind of floated past you guys before, but I'm switching it up. If we're talking comics, I would have to go, and this is a departure from me from what I said before, but for me, unconventional would be, and may he rest in peace, I would say Bernie Mac. Because normally, like now in my now that I'm a woman of a certain age, I would say if he was still around, like, he probably would, cause just funny, he's got the stature, because I like a taller man, I like a brown skinned man. He had a good head of hair on him. And I like men with big eyes. I don't know. I really like a little bit of a bug-eyed man sometimes. So a little.
You like a man with a thyroid problem, huh?
I like to know, right, got a little going on.
I just said I had to put it out there. We're talking about comedians. You like a man with a thyroid problem.
He was.
But
And
I don't see that as a big segue away from you either. I can see that for you.
But so no, but I really do like in real life. I like fine men. It's me. Bernie Mac is not fine. So
No, okay.
Okay.
Tanya.
So from the comedian, okay, we already talked about Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, which I think that neither one of them are like aesthetically
traditionally, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're funny and they're smart, and I like a smart man. Like smartness gives me the willies. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to throw this monkey wrench into this. Y'all need to follow this brother on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, because motherfucking Emmanuel Lewis got me shook. Webster. Yes. Birthday twin. Yes. Emmanuel Lewis, Webster.
I thought you were going to say like Cat Williams.
Nope.
Webster.
Wait, Emmanuel Lewis, the TV
Webster.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
God forgive me, I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. Little Webster.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Oh, he's alive, and he is out in them streets on the
follow him. I need to see what's going on.
Go to his TikTok. He be on TikTok. Webster. Emmanuel Lewis won me over. One night I was on TikTok. Anybody that knows me knows that I go to bed early and I wake up at like 2:30 in the morning or 1:30 in the morning, and I'm wide awake. And now I'm on TikTok for 3 hours.
Lewis. All right.
And Emmanuel Lewis was live on TikTok. And he was playing his music. He was in his house, luxuriating, having a cocktail, playing 80s and 90s R&B music. And somebody commented talking about this is when Emmanuel Lewis won me over. And I was like, little man, I will date you and hold your hand and walk down the street in my stiletto high heels. And damn, a motherfucker that tries to throw shade to us. He was like, hell yeah, I date him. He's our age, child. I think he might be like maybe a year or two younger than us, but he's in our age group. But he was like, he was playing his music. He was just living his best life. And somebody had commented about, oh, you're a washed up old actor or whatever. You ain't got,
That was so rude.
And he literally looked at the comment, and this is me. I'm laying in bed watching this shit. I'm like, look at little Webster, luxuriating, living his best life. And I saw the comment, and Webster was like, oh, he's like, I haven't had a house payment. I haven't paid a mortgage in like 35, 40 years. He's like, this house has been paid for. I got other properties. He was just like throwing it out there. And I'm just like, he's like, yeah. He's like, no, it's not that kind of party. I ain't got no debt. And I was like, and you know me, I was like, I want to go. I wanted to type and say to him, want to go out on a date?
You slid in the DM, Tanya?
I didn't slid in, but I wanted to be like, do you like a tall girl with high heels? Because I'll take you out on a date and I'll pay for it. I give a shit.
He always did have nice hair.
He still got his hair, and he is gutter. Not gutter. I take that back. He is petty as hell. Emmanuel Lewis brings the pettiness, and I stand for it. And I legit low-key crush on Emmanuel Lewis. If Emmanuel Lewis
crushing on
you did not come to play.
I didn't come to play. Emmanuel Lewis, literally, if Emmanuel Lewis slid, hey Emmanuel, if you slid into my DMs we going to dinner. We going to dinner, and it's on me.
Okay.
What? I am ready. Come on, Emmanuel. We said unconventional crushes, and I legit was standing for Emmanuel after that. I was like, I want to go out with you. Like, I don't want to be your girl, but maybe.
And beautiful skin as well.
I don't remember this. I remember Webster. I just never seen him as a grown
I've
adult.
seen him like maybe not recently, but maybe like pandemic time when everybody was online. Definitely saw him like in a bit. I want to say in a bathrobe too, Tanya. Like,
I'm
yeah,
telling you, petty. He's petty, and I live for it. And I love me some Emmanuel Lewis. He still looked the same, Shahida. He just a little bit thicker, and but he still looked the same. But
definitely
don't you
tailored
stunt on Emmanuel Lewis now.
and tailored outfits.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Is he? Because I know he's not tall. Is he slender or
No,
okay? I'm gonna look him up. I'll look him up and see.
look him
Any
up.
other comedians? Any other comedians? I feel like I have a list.
Well, he's
of
more of an
comedians.
actor. So are we segging to actors now?
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can segue to actors.
It doesn't. It just go.
It doesn't matter. Let's just go out there because I'm telling you, I got some doozies for you.
Tanya got a list. What did you said it? You said a comic though, right? Well, you said Chris Rock, but
I like.
Oh, she said Webster.
Oh, that well, I guess he's a comedian.
Well, he's not like a stand-up comedian.
Does he do stand-up? Does he do?
But
Tanya, I know who your comedy guy is. It's Orlando.
Orlando Jones, yes. And you know when Orlando Jones won me over?
It's the eyes. I'm telling you.
It's the eyes. But when he won me over, because I used to see Orlando Jones like do his stand-up and be in other like shows and stuff. And I would be like, I thought I thought he looked weird. Sorry, not sorry. I just thought he was a weird looking duck. But Orlando Jones, there was a show. I don't know if it's still showing, but it was on. I think it was on Stars called American Gods.
I knew you was gonna say that. Mm-hmm.
I was obsessed with American Gods, and there is a scene in American Gods that Orlando Jones got fired. And I might be talking. I might be not. It might not be true. So I'm not going to say got fired, but he got let go, or he was no longer asked to participate in the show anymore because he did a scene of he was like the devil. I think it was. Shahida, did you see that?
I did.
Where he was like the devil in a suit on the slave ship in the transatlantic slave trade, and in the bottom of the ship where all these African men were chained up, and he shows up, and he literally is like 5 to 10 minutes of the best television I've ever seen in my life. He felt every bit of what he said. And I sat there and was like, I was laying in my bed and I was like, listen to me. It was at that moment that I literally fell in love with Orlando Jones. And there is nothing that Orlando Jones can't do. I don't care if Orlando Jones does some old trifling ass step and fetch shit. I'm a stand for him. Everybody go watch American, just YouTube it. Don't even go to Stars.
Just
YouTube
that
Orlando Jones American God scene, and you will thank me.
See, that's the thing too. Is like you can get wrapped up in a character, and you're more attracted to the character than the actual actor. That's why I found like with my list, it's the character. Like if you're talking TV, Omar does it for me from The Wire. From The Wire.
The Wire.
Ooh, Michael Williams.
Just him coming into a scene.
Everybody scurried. When Omar walks down the street, everybody was like, here come Omar. Everybody leave. Here come Omar. Everybody leave. No, but I agree with you on that one.
With the scar, just like.
Right. And that was just him. Remember him as Mouse? In Devil in the Blue Dress, he has that character that is like so dangerous, but
the
it's
best
like,
one.
Who?
Tracey White.
Oh,
Rock Empire.
Child, Tracey White, please, child, girl.
And that was the one I missed.
Well, you need to binge it.
A lot
of work. call out of work all the rest of the week and binge.
You gotta watch that, boo boo. You gotta watch
You
that.
have to. So, oh my God. So, speaking of Boardwalk Empire, that's one from my list.
Whoa.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh.
That's a rough one, but he could get it though. He really could. Like under the right circumstances, he does it for me. Again, Boardwalk Empire.
Well, you know what?
Like
I ain't gonna judge. Because wait till you hear my next zinger. Ooh,
Unconventional.
Unconventional crushes.
True.
We love it.
But
Unconventional crushes.
true.
I will say this back to Orlando Jones. Like, I know he was acting. I know he was playing a character, but if you watch that, like I've watched it like at least 15 times, and he feels like that's him.
Somebody
like,
get Orlando. Somebody patch Orlando in. We need
patch
him.
Orlando through. Child, please. Oh, listen, but we were y'all was just about to patch Emmanuel Lewis my way. Now you're trying to whore me out to Orlando.
Listen, it's
whoever gets back first.
Whoever tings first. You right on that.
So
all right.
I'm ready to say the other one. Go.
Oh God, let me look at my list.
I thought you had one right in the chamber, girl. What?
Oh, I got one in the chamber.
So now we're on to actors.
All right. So actors.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I have a few. But my number one is Ron Cephas Jones from This Is Us and Truth Be Told. It's Poppy Scholefield's daddy on Truth Be Told. I literally am. He has got this swagger about him. And I'm like, he's portrays to be an older man on
the black man on This Is Us, the father.
Yeah. The father. Sterling K. Brown's father.
Oh, yeah.
And he's Poppy Scholefield's father on Truth Be Told on Apple TV.
I can see it.
He is an exceptional actor. When I first found out about him, I mean, I'm sure he's been around for a long time, but when I started watching This Is Us, I was like, who's this man? Because he's an exceptional actor. And then I didn't finish the series of This Is Us because it just gave me too much anxiety and it made me too emotional. And I was like, I don't need this drama in my life. I can't watch this shit no more. And then when Truth Be Told came out on Apple, I was like, oh, that's Ron Cephas Jones from This Is Us. And his swagger on Truth Be Told, I'm like, he can get it. All he got to do is ring my bell, and I'll be like, hey, daddy.
That's a good
I need some shoes.
Go ahead, Tracey.
Oh, for actors? Okay, so kind of like piggybacking off the whole Bill Burr thing, I already kind of teased out that I love a good redhead, the right one. So, and this ties into Married at First Sight too. So all that complaining Gina was doing, she just ain't met the right gingers, okay? Because there's some cute little redheads out here, and my redhead crush is Eric Stoltz, who's an actor. He was in a lot of stuff in the 80s and 90s. I think he was most famous for Mask, right? Wasn't he in Mask?
He wasn't Mask. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that he was in because his name is more familiar than I can think of his movies.
I don't even care about the acting, but just he's a beautiful redheaded man, like adorable. There's so many other ones, but he's my top favorite redhead. There's just something about a redheaded man with the right features, the right haircut. You know, don't sleep on him. But Eric is cute. It's hard to see him. All you can see is
his hair.
Damn.
Just Google him, people. Trust me.
Yeah, just Google
him. He'll put his picture up. Okay, another actor for me, and I'm surprised Tanya didn't say this, but she'll probably scream when she does. But this guy, to me, is just he's just sexy in a different way. Wendell Pierce. The Wire gets me, but him in anything gets me. And when you see him in an interview, he just exudes like black manliness. He's adorable to me.
Love
Very
him.
cuddly.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. But and when I actually think of him, I don't think of him as like unconventional because, he just has everything.
Yeah.
But
When he
he's
cursed those
definitely a
people, and
crush.
no, when he corrected those people at that stage play, that was
Mhm.
that was good because he,
And I wanted to see that play.
normally wouldn't break character, but he was forced. His hand was forced, and
Mhm.
that was sexy.
The ignorance. The ignorance.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
But another actor, I'm just gonna throw out one more and then you all go. What's my boy? Huge crush. Daniel Craig as James Bond.
You think that's not unconventional though, Shahida?
Because he's not cute.
He's pretty
Daniel
cute.
Craig is ugly cute.
He
Like
is
when
ugly
you just
cute.
see him regularly, you're like, But when you see him as James Bond, it's a whole nother level.
I'm still like,
He is ugly cute, but I think he's white people cute. Sorry, did I say
Did you see that
out loud?
commercial?
That's all right. I agree with you. I agree with you, Tracey. Yeah.
Like in his community, I'm sorry, is what I meant to say. He's probably considered an attractive person. In our community, probably not. He's no Brad Pitt. Let's put it like that.
Oh, well,
Brad Pitt is
No, that's my
you
man.
lost me there, Brad Pitt.
But did you see the alcohol commercial he did? And he's kind of like he's like dancing through it's I think it's bourbon
Who?
or something. Daniel
Craig
Craig.
or
I'll send
no?
you the link, girl. It's just
So
it's so corny. It's so corny. It's cute to me.
that it's cute.
All
So
right, go ahead.
one that there's no disputing that he's not probably attractive to people in either or any of the communities, but I love him is John Malkovich, and this has been a crush that's
Yeah.
decades long since Dangerous Liaison days. If you don't know what that is, please look it up on Netflix, watch it. It's just his whole swag. And then as if it's even possible, they put him in whiter pancake makeup and make him look even paler, which is really not even really a great look for him.
Right.
But there's just something about him, something about John Malkovich, to the point where they made a movie called Being John Malkovich because he's that dude.
Yeah.
Because he plays good characters. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Not, but go ahead. What about you, Tanya?
I got one more zinger. I got two more zingers, but
I like yours, Tanya.
One in the acting field. And Lord, people in our YouTube followers, please don't come for me in the comments. But I'm just saying, Henry G. Sanders. If y'all watch Queen Sugar, he played Prosper on Queen Sugar, the old man.
I didn't watch Sugar.
Who now? What
Queen
season?
Sugar? Henry
Was he in
what?
all the seasons?
Queen Sugar on OWN, Oprah Winfrey Netflix.
What's his name?
It's Henry G. Sanders. He's a senior citizen.
Was he dating the aunt or something?
He at the series. The series is over, but he ended up getting married. But throughout the season, he was like, he's so old.
Like great grandfather.
She done dropped her phone.
All your granddaddies and your great granddaddies and your great uncles and everything. Oh. I am that girl. Listen, when Queen Sugar first started on OWN, I loved it. And then Prosper came along and I was like, who's this little man? And then like, as the series kept coming each year, he's like a senior citizen, but he had like this power and the swag and the strength that I was like, I like this little old man. Like if he saw me in the street, I'd be like, he said, hey girl, I'd be like, hey daddy, buy me some shoes. I'm just not an ugly man.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad.
Don't tell me he's not an ugly man.
No, he's not. I'm looking at him. I was just shocked that he was so old. But
Shahida, I like a little salt and pepper.
Listen, Harry G. Sanders can get it. And that, to me, from an acting standpoint, that's good acting. Because if I saw Henry, whatever his name is, Henry G. Saunders on the street, I'd be like, go away, grandpa. Like, you could be my grandpa, my papa. But he's
those
acted.
eyes, though. Can you see his eyes? Like they're like a light.
Yes, he has hazel eyes.
I remember him on the show.
He looks good.
No, I'm not mad.
That's a black man.
He actually looks like my aunt's boyfriend.
You better tell your auntie don't bring her boyfriend around me because I'll be like, hey, Prosper.
So let me tell you. So my aunt's already well into her 60s, and her boyfriend, I think he's in his 70s. And when I met this guy, like we were having great conversation. I was like, this guy is a great conversation and very good looking man. I'm like, I can see it.
So that's my dude, Prosper.
All right.
I mean, well, Henry G. Sanders, I should say. I think he's hot. He wears for anybody that watches Queen Sugar, like you'll see him with his little blue jeans on and his little shirt and shit, and he's just got his little boots on and he's walking, and I'm like, go ahead, Prosper.
Are they in New Orleans? So
yes.
Okay.
So Tanya, you said once that you weren't really considering getting married again, but if Henry G. Saunders
no. No.
That's like
she said it so quick.
No. Listen to me. Let me just make this very clear. If Chris Rock rang my bell tonight or Dave Chappelle rang my bell tonight, no like, I love you, I want to marry you, I'd be like, you know what? No, we can't. Let's just do the Hollywood thing and just, you got your place. I
wouldn't marry either one of them either.
I'm not marrying anybody anymore. Been there, done that. I don't care who you are.
Saunders, I think yes.
Who?
Henry G. Saunders, yes.
Henry G. Saunders. I wouldn't marry him, but I would because he's an older gentleman. I might invite him into my home to live and take care of him for the rest of his life until he dies. Now, I wouldn't marry him. I wouldn't marry him. I just don't have. I have no desire to get married again. I'm been there, done that. I'm good. And I don't even want to date anymore. Listen, that's a whole nother podcast. I ain't even dating. We good. I'm retired.
I'm just preparing you. I'm preparing you in case Orlando, comes through. Orlando Jones or something.
You can take me out and we can have a nice night.
Okay, I only have one zinger. My list is kind of small. I only have one zinger, and I feel actually I have two zingers, but I don't even know one of them's name. So maybe it's only one. But I'm gonna hit y'all with my real zinger, and I only discovered that it was even a thing earlier this afternoon when I was compiling my list. So my zinger crush, and this is just a crush, is Niecy Nash's wife, Jessica Betts. That's a hot bitch. I'm sorry. She cute.
I had to walk away. I had to walk away because birthday twin. I agree.
Like, so here's she doesn't have the equipment that I need.
Right.
However, I love how she dresses. She just has a presence about her. And if I was single, right? If she was like, do you want to go on a date? I would have to think about it.
Here's the thing. I don't even know what to say about that because you got me shook right now.
Jessica Betts, I'm saying.
Right. I agree with you. That's why I had to get up and take me a step away because that is a zinger like no other.
Really? That's why I saved it for last.
Jessica Betts, I've seen her on Niecy Nash's Instagram. I've seen them do interviews together. She exudes a level of swagger and confidence that most men that are born men will never possess.
And so when Niecy Nash made this announcement, got married a woman, had never publicly dated a woman before, like under normal circumstances, I'd be like, she is bugging. She's like, that's what I said when Anne Heche did it, right? With Ellen. But it makes sense for me with Niecy Nash. I get it. I wish them the best.
Yep, I agree
definitely
with
wish
you.
them the best, but I cannot with her.
With
I
Niecy?
cannot. No,
Or
I
with
love
Jessica?
Niecy with
Oh,
her wife. With her wife,
yeah.
she's a absolute turn off for me. Like
Oh,
when I see her
I
like
love
in
it.
interviews and stuff, it's I get what you all saying about, what like Tanya, you said there's a swagness about her that she exudes that no man can actually do. And it's the opposite for me. To me, I'm looking at her and I'm like, she's just trying too hard to be that pimp daddy
I
kind
think it's
of person.
effortless. I don't think she's trying at
I
all.
agree.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
She
I
could
didn't
definitely
know
she could
because
definitely hold my hand.
yeah, because well, here's the thing. I don't I'm not I'm not gay. So or I shouldn't say that, but I mean I'm not gay. But at the end of the day, like I don't know I would how receptive I would be to that. But all I'm going to say to this with regards to Jessica Betts is that if I didn't know who she was, let's not get it twisted. She presents straight masculinity. So if we was out having our diva brunches and she walked in, she's not ugly from a male perspective. I'm looking at her as a man, not a woman.
I can't see it.
I'm not looking at her as a woman, like a
I'm
transgender.
just looking as a person, just like
Right, as
as
a person.
a person.
But I'm also looking at her as a man. So if we were sitting at brunch, like we was at brunch the other day, if she walked in with her outfit and whatever and the swagger that she presents, I would my feminine brain would look at her and be like, who is he? I'd be like, who is he? He's handsome. And I like his swagger. Now, obviously, that would be a whole nother conversation to be had if, we got to talking and then it come to find out that you're like a woman, then that's a whole nother conversation. But initially, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's cute. He's kind of like, he's something, I'd look at him, I'd be like this at the bar, like, hey.
Oh, she could definitely send me a drink down. Like, send me a drink. I'll take it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm with it.
That was a brain turner right there. My brain is still frozen.
That's
Hey, unconventional crushes.
I don't think I've ever looked at. The thing is, I don't think I've ever looked at a woman and thought in those terms. I've looked at women like, oh my gosh, she's so fine, blah, 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 blah. But would it make me feel like, I don't think I've ever felt that way.
No, I've never felt that way. But here's the thing. I don't know if, like I said, women, we compliment each other all the time. Like we just did it at brunch when those young girls was walking in with their fabulous ass outfits.
They were great.
And they looked so absolutely amazing. And I was like, yes, queen, get it. Sit down. We love you. But again, with a Jessica Betts, again, I'm saying this as if I didn't know who she was. You know what I'm saying? If I was sitting at a bar or at brunch somewhere and she walked in, when I look at her, my brain is gonna be like, oh, that's a good looking dude. I'm not gonna think that's a woman. I'm gonna think that's there's
a whole vibe there. It's like an energy.
Yeah, I think it's more her energy than anything because she looks like a woman to me, but her energy is very masculine. It's she does have a vibe about her, and I do like the relationship that they have. I just said when I see her in interviews and stuff, it's always it's a lot. She's putting.
But I think that's part of the whole unconventional crush thing. Is like there are these little things that make other people tick. I think I was saying to you guys, like sometimes it could be just the way someone's penmanship looks to me, and I'm just like, oh my God, look at their beautiful penmanship, or the shoes are just on point, or the teeth are just popping. It's just like these little things in there. It's just an instinct. There's nothing that the person's like, it's not any one thing. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
the thing that sets you off. Just like Bill Burr, it's like he's really not trying to do anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like a lot of my unconventional crushes are actually political commentators.
Oh, not Bill Maher.
Well, okay, let's end it on this. Who's your all right? So who's your political? Do we have political commentator unconventional crushes? Shahida, we'll let you start.
So I told you guys Ari Melber, but I don't think that's unconventional because he's just Tanya.
That's pretty unconventional.
You think so? Okay.
It is.
Most people don't have crushes on political comments.
But it's actually more on people that I can't see. So it's their voices or stuff. Like right now, I don't know what this guy looks like. I don't want to know what he looks like. His name is Andrew Levy, and he has a podcast, Abnormal Times or something. I have a crush on him, but I don't know what he looks like. And
I'm just on his voice.
Just on his voice and the way he thinks politically. And I'm scared. I don't want to know what he looks like. I know he's a white guy. And he's with his host is Danielle Moody, who's a lesbian, but I kind of like her vibe too. Not the same way as you guys with Jessica Betts, but it's called The New Abnormal. So I have a huge crush on this guy.
I'll have to look it up and
his voice.
Oh yeah, I'll listen up. I'll look it up.
What he says, not his voice per se.
Mm-hmm.
Tracey, do you have any political unconventional crushes? I don't.
So I think this counts because it's unconventional in the sense that he's gay, and I think he counts because it's Don Lemon. Love him, so cute. I have a little crush on him.
I can see that. I can definitely. I think a lot of people do. Whether they want to admit it or not. But yeah, and then when he goes on like a rant, because I don't.
When he's drunk on New Year's Eve,
child, girl, I live for New Year's Eve with Don Lemon in New Orleans, showing his whole ass.
Give him his drinks back. Like, stop. Let him have.
Oh yeah,
and Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do it for me.
Okay, you know what the worst one is for me, and I'm not even gonna say, but
go ahead, Cheetah. With the cat's out the bag now. I done said a woman. That's
just say it because everybody want to know. You opened your mouth.
And
say it.
Who's it? George Stephanopoulos?
No, it's actually 10 times worse than that.
How can it be?
It's not anybody on Fox.
Thank you. I was about to flatline, child. I was about to be like, bitch, don't have me get in my car because I will drive my ass to Providence right now.
I will bring my face to you so you can smack it. Don't worry. It's not that.
Is it Rachel Mack?
So that's it. We're gonna wrap it up.
It's Rachel Mack! Tracey, you gotta.
I'm messing with that. You know it's not no Rachel Mack.
But Tracey, I you know what? I said that.
You stand her.
I did used to love. I that's my girl, but it's not her.
We good with that. We good with that.
It's not her.
Well, then who is it? Come on! I am not ending this. I am not ending this recording. I'm not ending this recording until you say it.
Right.
We'll sit here all night.
Okay, let me explain. It's like a person that I yell at this person every morning, like all the time.
Not fucking Morning Joe. Not Joe.
I'm sorry.
Thank God I've got my goblet.
So on that note,
That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. We still love you.
I
We
feel
still
like
love
this was
you.
very cleansing.
it was during the pandemic. He was playing that corny ass guitar all the time.
You about to start crying.
She's having a moment. She's having a pandemic moment, and I'm feeling it.
It was
At
the
least
corny
he
ass
didn't say
guitar.
He didn't say Fauci.
No.
Yeah, no, not Dr. Fauci.
He's like 100. No, thank you. I don't even know how it started. I know it was during the pandemic, and it grosses me out a little. I don't know why. And then him and Mika together. It's just like,
You know what? I'm not a fan of hers. I don't mind Joe, but I'm not a fan of hers. That's why the way she talks, like every time, like, because here's the thing, I wake up early. So my morning routine is, I'm usually up by like 4:15, 4:30. And then 5:00, I put it on MSNBC and I watch like It's Way Too Early for This Shit with Jonathan right? I mean, that's what it should be called, because I literally wake up every morning. I'm like, I can't believe I'm literally turning my TV on to watch this shit at fucking 5:00 in the morning. But here we are.
That's a great name for a show.
Yeah, it's just way too early for this shit. It should be way too early for this shit.
It's just up too early, isn't it? Or way too early or something?
It says way too early with Jonathan Lemire. But I'm like, way too early for this shit, because I'm just shocked that my ass is up. And then after it is Morning Joe. And I've tried to watch it because I'm a fan of what's his name? Willie, what's his name?
Willie Geist.
Willie Geist. I like Willie Geist. And I don't have a problem with Morning Joe. My problem is Mika. I can't watch it. I will have it on, and then I'll listen to Willie and I'll listen to Joe, and as soon as Micah opens her mouth, I am like running towards the remote, like it's like the let me give you the visual. So when the dog commercials come on, in the arms of the angel, I literally will OJ sprint over the bed and over the couch to grab the remote to change the channel, because I don't want to see poor animals getting killed and left out in the cold. When Mika's voice comes on, I'm like, where's my goddamn remote? I got to turn this to friggin' WCVB and watch local news.
All right, let's not tell anybody that, but let's end it. What? Anybody else?
I don't think there's anywhere to go from here.
Yeah, I think we're good. Oh yes, Shahida, you ended it on a good thing. Morning, yo.
That was a high note.
Shahida's boo thing. Morning, yo.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh, it's all gonna be on the internet soon.
Oh Lord. So,
all right.
If there's anything we garnered from all this, is that we about to hook Tanya up with some hot boys,
and we're all like 5-dimensional. Forget the 3. We're like 5 dimensions up in here.
We're everywhere. We're all over the place with it.
Hey, yes, we
don't discriminate.
No, we don't. That's the message of the night. We ain't discriminating. We ain't talking about no ageism. We ain't talking about no racism. We ain't talking about nothing. We just like who we like and crush on.
We didn't name anybody young though. Nobody was very young on our list.
I didn't have anybody young on my list.
I mean, if you had to pick one person,
young boys,
huh?
I don't know if I like August Alsina. Seems to be available.
Girl, you don't want that situation ship. I can't believe you said
the whole 20 seconds. I'm like, girl.
He is cute though.
Yeah, no, I don't have anybody young. I think the youngest one on the list was what we talked about when we was at brunch, Steve Urkel.
Oh, but
not the actor. Not the actor that portrayed him, not Julia White, but I like Steve Urkel because I am kind of prone to like nerdy guys, and I like the whole brain thing. So
a young one, like weird, unconventional, would be Kodak Black. That's like, yeah, my dirty secret.
Okay.
Sorry.
Steve Urkel is my dirty secret. Kodak Black is Tracey's dirty secret. Who's your dirty secret, Shahida? Come
I
on.
already said my dirty secret. Anybody else?
Oh, Morning
A
Joe.
young, no, a
Old
young.
ass
You
Morning
gotta
Joe.
pick, you gotta pick a young one under 30.
A young would probably be Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Okay, as long as
Okay, Tom Holland. Because I'm like, motherfucker, everybody kills Spider-Man.
No, I thought she was going Miles Morales. I'm like, girl, that's too young.
But the cartoon is so good. Can I be in the cartoon? Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay,
though.
Tom Holland is good. Tom Holland is good.
That's Zendaya's man. You ain't ever
Are they still together?
Ever.
I thought they broke it. I thought they broke up. But here we go.
Oh no,
They're
the
still
guy
together.
the guy from Euphoria,
Which one?
the drug dealer.
Oh Lord. Now we're digressing. Let's stop. Let's just stop where we're at.
I've never seen Euphoria.
Jesus. Huh?
I haven't seen Euphoria.
Okay,
You gotta watch that, Shahida. You gotta cue that up.
You're gonna call out from work. You're gonna watch Euphoria and Boardwalk Empire this week.
Okay.
You got to take 2 weekends in a row. One weekend watch Boardwalk Empire, and the other weekend watch Euphoria.
I didn't watch Boardwalk Empire. That seems
Tanya,
like right up my alley, and I didn't catch it.
The Strays.
Did you watch
it? I watched it.
Okay. More on that.
All right. Let's end this by talking about it because I watched it.
Oh, you gonna talk about it now?
Well, we talking about it now. There you go.
Spoiler alert.
It's gonna be a spoiler alert, but I liked it. And I paid attention. I took your advice and I literally sat here. I watched it yesterday. I watched The Strays first, and then I watched Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And I put my phone down. I put my phone on vibrate because I was like, I don't want to be disturbed. And I watched The Strays. I liked it,
but
it didn't
do anything for you.
Didn't do anything for me. She did what I anticipated her to do, is to run away again. And I was like,
I didn't anticipate that. I'm glad you saw it. But when she did it, I was like the kids. I was like,
because it happened so late in the movie, I thought she was gonna come and like save the kids and maybe like go upstairs and get a gun. Homegirl bounced. I was like,
but I love that for the movie because it just showed it wasn't a tidy ending. It wasn't a happy. It was like it really was a jaw-dropping ending because she was basically like, "Fuck all them kids."
And her husband.
So I really like the ending because like the beginning, it was going in different directions, and I was just trying to figure it out. It was
unpredictable. I thought it would be unpredictable, and that's what's wrong with a lot of stuff now. It's like you can kind of figure out what's going to happen. I could not figure out what was happening.
In
this movie,
and that's an English movie for you. They do English. Koreans and Asians, other Asian countries do a real good job, in my opinion, of keeping you guessing and not figuring it out until the end. So I liked it. Like I felt like you did, Tanya. The beginning, it was just like I was just trying to figure it out. The writing wasn't like super great, but there was a nice mystery to it that kind of tied up in the end, and I love the ending.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I liked the movie. But I just kind of saw the writing on the wall. Like I was like, and then of course me being me, I'm pausing. I'm like, shit, we got like 5 minutes left. I'm like, I'm screaming at the TV like, do something, bitch. Kill your husband. Kill them kids. Kill somebody. I want to see some shit. I want to see some blood and guts. And when she you heard the feet tapping, running, and the door shut behind her, and I was like,
and then the motorcycle, that's
I'm like, bitch done left. She done left again, and I'm looking at them kids like, y'all shocked?
Like the best line in the movie. Where's mom?
Exactly.
Out.
Gone.
Mom is on to the next city
Drift.
in England
The
to
next
build
drift.
a whole new family with her.
It showed she was the most dangerous character in that movie. No matter who had a machete, no matter who was threatening who,
Yep.
she was the baddest bitch in the
Yep.
Cheryl / Neve.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That and Behind Her Eyes. Is it Behind Her Eyes?
Crazy.
To me, those are two good Netflix movies, and
That
left
movie.
me
I
shocked.
haven't seen Behind Her Eyes, so I'll cue that up and
I
watch
won't say
it.
another word. Please watch.
Say
It's
nothing.
a series, though.
That's
It's
it.
a series. I think it's like 4 episodes.
I saw it on my Netflix, but I didn't
The
I didn't
ending.
think about it.
If you get this ending, Tanya, then you need to sit down and write shit.
You need to write.
because that ending took me.
Me too.
Of Behind Her Eyes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it. I'll
Okay.
watch it this week.
All
All right, guys. Well, here we are.
Thank you for
Tracy.
having me.
Thank you
for
so much.
listening.
We love you. All right. Everybody, we'll be back on Friday to talk about Married at First Sight. So we love you guys.
I'm the
Bye.
only person that likes it.
Here we go. Okay. Shh. Here we go.